A lesson in strength and determination, learning through the story of Donald Trump. Today, we will learn English through a story that also teaches wisdom, the story of Donald Trump, a businessman, public figure, and leader who showed the world the power of ambition, resilience, and self-confidence. This story is written in simple and clear English to help you practice reading, understanding, and reflecting, while also learning values such as focus, courage, and determination. As you follow each part, notice how words and ideas connect, and how one person's journey can inspire you to grow stronger in your own life. Just as Trump built his career and influence step by step, you too can grow in confidence, patience, and perseverance by studying a little every day, believing in your goals, and never giving up on your progress. Let's begin. Donald Trump's life began in the bustling borough of Queens, New York, where the city's energy and relentless pace shaped the young mind of a boy destined for extraordinary ambition. Born into a family already acquainted with business, he watched his father, Fred Trump, navigate the complex world of real estate with a meticulous eye for opportunity. From an early age, Donald learned that success was not a product of chance, but of vision, discipline, and the courage to act decisively. He saw his father's tireless dedication to building, managing, and expanding properties, and he absorbed the lesson that hard work, combined with strategic thinking, could transform modest beginnings into remarkable achievements. The streets of Queens were a classroom in themselves. Observing people from different walks of life, Donald noticed patterns. Ambition often collided with hesitation, and boldness was frequently rewarded. He internalized the understanding that the world did not hand out success freely, and that every opportunity required preparation, timing, and a willingness to take calculated risks. Even as a child, he exhibited a fascination with structures, money, and the mechanisms of influence. Small ventures, such as buying and selling goods among friends or negotiating minor deals, became early exercises in understanding negotiation, persuasion, and the psychology of commerce. Schooling added another layer of refinement to his innate talents. Attending the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania, Donald was exposed to the rigorous theories of finance, economics, and management. Here, he discovered the powerful synergy between knowledge and ambition. Numbers, charts, and market trends were no longer abstract concepts. They became tools for envisioning the growth of cities, the transformation of neighborhoods, and the creation of wealth. Beyond the classroom, he cultivated a mindset that combined creativity with pragmatism, learning that visionary ideas require precise execution to thrive in the real world. By the time he graduated, Donald Trump was not merely a young man with inherited resources. He was a strategist, an observer of human behavior, and a dreamer equipped with practical skills. He began to see the vast canvas of opportunity that extended beyond the familiar streets of Queens. In his mind, ambition was not enough without action, and potential without direction was meaningless. He prepared to step into the larger arenas of New York City, where challenges were greater, but the rewards for bold, intelligent moves were extraordinary. Every block, every building, and every transaction he encountered reinforced a simple truth. Success belonged to those who could envision the future and work tirelessly to bring it to life. Donald Trump's early ventures into the world of real estate marked the beginning of a journey defined by ambition, vision, and a relentless drive to excel. After joining his father's business, he quickly realized that the scope of opportunity extended far beyond the family's traditional projects. While the elder Trump focused on middle-class housing in Brooklyn and Queens, Donald set his sights on Manhattan, a place of higher stakes, immense competition, and limitless potential. The city's skyline, dotted with towering buildings, became a symbol of challenge and possibility, fueling his determination to leave a mark that would be impossible to ignore. Entering Manhattan's complex market demanded courage and strategy. Donald learned to navigate intricate financial negotiations, seeking projects where bold investment could yield transformative results. He recognized that every real estate endeavor was more than construction. It was a story a vision that needed to captivate investors, communities, and future tenants alike. Early setbacks, such as projects delayed by regulatory hurdles or constrained by financing challenges, only strengthened his resolve. Each obstacle became a lesson, teaching him resilience and reinforcing the principle that persistence was as critical as ambition. His ventures began to gain attention for their audacity and scale. Projects that others considered risky became signature achievements under his leadership. Through sheer determination and strategic insight, Donald secured funding, managed construction complexities, and marketed properties in ways that highlighted innovation and luxury. Beyond the physical buildings, he understood that reputation was a powerful asset. By cultivating a persona of confidence, vision, and decisiveness, he amplified the impact of each project, turning mere investments into symbols of success and influence. As he expanded his portfolio, Donald also embraced the broader implications of his work. Real estate was not simply a business. It was a reflection of cultural trends, societal desires, and the evolving identity of a city. He anticipated the desires of communities, predicting the appeal of certain neighborhoods and the transformative potential of underutilized spaces. Through this lens, each building became a contribution to the city's story, blending architectural innovation with practical utility. His approach demonstrated that success required more than financial acumen. It demanded imagination, foresight, and the ability to translate vision into reality. This period of growth was defined by both risk and reward. By pursuing ambitious projects, Donald learned to manage uncertainty, negotiate under pressure, and make decisions with lasting consequences. His ability to combine creative insight with calculated planning distinguished him from his peers. The impact of his work extended beyond personal achievement, shaping the urban landscape and setting a standard for modern real estate development. With each milestone, he reinforced a philosophy that would guide him throughout his life. Bold ideas, disciplined execution, and unwavering confidence could transform ambition into enduring legacy. As Donald Trump's real estate empire grew, his presence in the public eye became increasingly pronounced. The success of his projects in Manhattan brought him not only wealth but also recognition, positioning him as a figure who embodied ambition, determination, and boldness. Skyscrapers and luxury properties were no longer merely investments. They were statements reflecting a combination of vision, courage, and an unyielding drive to excel. Through these accomplishments, Donald demonstrated that personal ambition could reshape the world around him, inspiring others to see the possibilities that came with creativity and persistence. Beyond bricks and mortar, he began to understand the value of branding. His name became synonymous with success, luxury, and audacity. He leveraged media attention, public appearances, and strategic partnerships to amplify his influence. The power of perception, he realized, was nearly as important as the tangible achievements themselves. By cultivating a persona of confidence and decisiveness, he turned public curiosity into admiration, positioning himself as not only a businessman, but also a symbol of possibility for those willing to dream and act. Donald also expanded into ventures that went beyond traditional real estate, entering hospitality, entertainment, and media. He recognized that influence was multidimensional, extending beyond individual projects into areas that shape culture, public opinion, and society's understanding of success. Through television appearances, branding deals, and high-profile business endeavors, he showcased a philosophy that combined daring ideas with meticulous planning. This approach reinforced a lesson that ambition, when paired with strategic execution, could open doors to opportunities far beyond initial expectations. Yet, the journey was not without challenges. Financial pressures, competitive rivals, and public scrutiny tested his resilience. Each setback required adjustment, learning, and a renewed commitment to vision. Donald understood that the path to lasting impact was rarely linear. He faced failures and criticism, but used them as tools for growth, honing the skills needed to navigate complexity and uncertainty. Every project, Every negotiation and every decision became part of a larger narrative. The story of a man striving to translate ambition into tangible, lasting achievements. Through these experiences, Donald Trump solidified a guiding principle. Success is as much about mindset as it is about resources. Boldness, preparation, and resilience created opportunities, while the courage to embrace challenges and innovate ensured progress. By combining strategic thinking with persistent action, he demonstrated that influence and achievement were attainable for those willing to see beyond the ordinary and dedicate themselves fully to the pursuit of extraordinary goals. His trajectory from the streets of Queens to the skyline of Manhattan reflected a broader lesson. Vision, effort, and confidence could redefine personal destiny and leave a lasting imprint on the world. As Donald Trump's influence grew in the world of business, his ambitions naturally expanded beyond real estate. He began to envision a role that could shape not just buildings, but ideas, policies, and the future of a nation. His ventures into media and entertainment provided a platform to communicate vision and command attention on a larger scale. Through strategic appearances and leadership in high-profile projects, he cultivated a reputation for decisiveness, boldness, and an ability to transform challenges into opportunities. The world began to recognize him not merely as a businessman, but as a figure capable of shaping public perception and influencing the course of society. This transition required new skills. Donald understood that leadership on a national stage demanded adaptability, insight into complex systems, and the ability to navigate both allies and opponents. He approached this challenge as he had approached real estate, with careful analysis, calculated risks, and relentless determination. Every decision carried significant consequences, and success required foresight as well as courage. He studied the mechanisms of influence, learning to anticipate reactions, shape narratives, and leverage opportunities to maximize impact. In doing so, he developed a capacity to operate within multiple spheres of society simultaneously, balancing business acumen with a growing awareness of cultural and political currents. His engagement with the wider world reinforced a lifelong belief. Vision must be paired with action to create lasting change. Donald recognized that ambition alone was insufficient. It was a persistent effort to implement ideas that determined their impact. Projects that transformed cityscapes now became a metaphor for the changes he hoped to inspire in broader arenas. He demonstrated that leadership required not just strategy, but a willingness to take responsibility for outcomes, embrace challenges, and remain steadfast in pursuit of goals. At the same time, Donald's story inspired others to recognize their own potential. His journey illustrated that obstacles, criticism, and setbacks were not barriers but opportunities for growth. By maintaining confidence in his vision and adapting to evolving circumstances, he showed that individuals could expand the boundaries of what was possible. The lessons of resilience, strategic thinking, and bold action, learned in the streets of Queens and the skyscrapers of Manhattan, now serve as a blueprint for leadership at the national level. Through this stage of his life, Donald Trump exemplified the principle that influence is built through consistent effort, clarity of purpose, and courage to pursue goals beyond conventional limits. His trajectory demonstrated that ambition, when paired with preparation, adaptability, and determination, could create impact far greater than personal gain. From city blocks to national attention, his story became a testament to the power of vision realized through action, inspiring those who observe and strive for excellence in their own endeavors. Donald Trump's rise into national prominence marked a new chapter, one in which his influence extended far beyond business and real estate. With a growing platform, he began to shape public discourse, presenting ideas and initiatives that sparked conversation and challenged conventional thinking. His approach emphasized boldness, clarity of purpose, and confidence in the face of opposition. Through this, he demonstrated that leadership required not only the ability to act, but also the courage to communicate a vision that inspired, motivated, and sometimes provoked reflection among diverse audiences. This period highlighted the importance of perception and reputation. Donald understood that influence was built not just on accomplishments, but on the way those accomplishments were presented and perceived by others. Media, public appearances, and strategic messaging became powerful tools in his hands. He leveraged these platforms to emphasize the principles he had practiced in business: persistence, decisiveness, and a commitment to achieving goals despite obstacles. By projecting confidence and an unwavering sense of purpose, he encouraged others to see leadership as a combination of vision and action. At the same time, he continued to engage with business ventures, demonstrating the consistency of his philosophy across different arenas. Each project, whether in real estate, hospitality, or media, reflected the same principles: bold ideas, careful planning, and decisive execution. The challenges he faced reinforced a lifelong lesson that obstacles were opportunities in disguise. Financial setbacks, competitive pressures, and public scrutiny all became instruments for growth, refining his ability to navigate complex situations and adapt strategies to achieve desired outcomes. Donald's leadership philosophy emphasized the power of resilience and personal accountability. He showed that success was not defined merely by external recognition, but by the capacity to persist in pursuit of one's vision. His approach combined ambition with strategy, creativity with pragmatism, and confidence with preparation. Through his example, he inspired others to believe in their own potential and understand that meaningful change required both determination and thoughtful execution. By the culmination of this phase, Donald Trump had not only achieved remarkable personal success, but had also become a symbol of what was possible when vision is paired with relentless effort. He illustrated that leadership could shape not only personal destiny, but also broader communities and cultural narratives. The lessons embedded in his journey: boldness, resilience, strategic thinking, and unwavering commitment to goals, offered a template for those willing to pursue ambition with both courage and intelligence. Donald Trump's influence extended beyond the confines of business and media, reaching into the broader fabric of society. He recognized that leadership was not confined to financial success, but involved shaping ideas, inspiring action, and influencing the direction of communities and institutions. Through public initiatives, high-profile projects, and engagement in national discourse, he sought to demonstrate that boldness, vision, and determination could transform not only individual circumstances, but also the collective trajectory of society. This stage of his life highlighted the intersection between personal ambition and public responsibility. Donald understood that every action, every project, and every decision had implications beyond immediate goals. Skyscrapers, hotels, and entertainment ventures were not merely financial instruments. They were symbols of possibility, reflecting the potential of determination and strategic thinking. By embracing challenges that others avoided, he illustrated that impactful leadership required courage, foresight, and a willingness to navigate uncertainty. Resilience remained central to his approach. Setbacks, criticism, and obstacles were treated not as defeats, but as opportunities for reflection and growth. Each challenge refined his understanding of strategy, negotiation, and influence. He continued to expand his reach, cultivating partnerships, mentoring emerging leaders, and demonstrating that success was built on a combination of vision, preparation, and decisive action. Through this, he inspired others to approach life's challenges with confidence and determination, showing that obstacles could be transformed into stepping stones for achievement. Moreover, Donald's journey emphasized the importance of adapting to evolving circumstances while maintaining clarity of purpose. Leadership, he demonstrated, required balancing ambition with pragmatism, boldness with discipline, and vision with execution. His ability to navigate complex environments, anticipate outcomes, and take calculated risks became a hallmark of his approach, setting an example of how individuals could shape their own paths while contributing to broader societal goals. By this point, Donald Trump had become a symbol of transformative ambition. His life illustrated that success was more than accumulation. It was a capacity to inspire, to act decisively, and leave a lasting imprint on both the world and the people within it. Through perseverance, strategy, and unwavering confidence, he showed that leadership was a dynamic force, capable of reshaping landscapes, influencing culture, and motivating countless individuals to pursue their own aspirations with courage and determination. In the later stages of his career, Donald Trump's journey became a testament to the enduring power of vision, determination, and adaptability. His influence, once concentrated in real estate and business, now extended into the national consciousness. He had learned that leadership was not solely defined by wealth or recognition, but by the capacity to inspire action, shape ideas, and leave a lasting mark on society. Each endeavor, whether business, media, or public engagement, reflected the lessons accumulated over decades: resilience, strategic thinking, and the courage to embrace challenges. His approach to life continued to emphasize boldness and calculated risk. Every decision, from large-scale projects to initiatives impacting communities, was guided by a careful balance of ambition and pragmatism. He understood that failure was not the opposite of success, but a necessary element in growth and learning. Setbacks provided insight, strengthened resolve, and revealed new opportunities, reinforcing the principle that progress often requires persistence in the face of adversity. By this point, Donald had become a symbol of possibility. His journey illustrated that ambition alone was insufficient without disciplined action, careful planning, and the capacity to navigate uncertainty. Through decades of experience, he demonstrated that personal achievement and broader influence were deeply interconnected. The skills and mindset that allowed him to build successful ventures also enabled him to contribute meaningfully to public discourse and inspire others to pursue their goals with courage and determination. Throughout his life, he maintained a focus on legacy, not merely as recognition of past achievements, but as a reflection of values, leadership, and the ability to inspire others. Each building, each initiative, and each public engagement represented a lesson in ambition realized through effort, strategy, and resilience. By consistently applying these principles, he showed that individuals could rise above limitations, redefine possibilities, and leave a meaningful imprint on the world. Donald Trump's later years exemplified a philosophy in which vision, courage, and perseverance intersected to create lasting influence. His story was one of transformation, from a young observer in Queens to a national figure whose achievements spanned business, culture, and society. Through unwavering determination, adaptability, and strategic insight, he illustrated that success was not simply a measure of wealth or power, but the ability to realize potential, embrace challenges, and inspire others to pursue excellence in their own lives. Donald Trump's life, seen in its entirety, is a story of ambition, vision, and the relentless pursuit of goals. From his early days in Queens, he transformed obstacles into opportunities, learning that resilience and determination were essential companions to talent. Every stage of his journey, from real estate ventures to national prominence, demonstrated a consistent principle. Success is earned through preparation, boldness, and the courage to act even when uncertainty looms. His life shows that challenges are not roadblocks, but catalysts for growth, teaching lessons that endure far beyond any single achievement. His legacy is reflected not only in towering buildings, business empires, and public visibility, but in the mindset he exemplified. Donald's story highlights the value of strategic thinking, calculated risk-taking, and unwavering self-confidence. By pursuing ambitious goals with discipline and clarity, he inspired others to look beyond immediate limitations and envision what is possible. He proved that leadership is forged through a combination of intellect, courage, and relentless effort, rather than circumstance alone. Donald Trump's impact extends beyond tangible accomplishments. His journey illustrates that individual determination can influence communities, culture, and society at large. The lessons embedded in his life, perseverance, adaptability, and the pursuit of excellence, serve as a blueprint for aspiring leaders, showing that ambition paired with action can create transformative outcomes. Through each endeavor, he demonstrated that personal success and societal contribution are interconnected, and that one's vision, when executed with focus and tenacity, can leave a lasting mark. Ultimately, his story is a testament to the human capacity for growth, achievement, and influence. Donald Trump's life encourages reflection on the importance of purpose, the power of resilience, and the impact of daring to pursue extraordinary goals. From the streets of Queens to the heights of national and global recognition, he exemplified the principle that ambition, guided by strategic effort and courage, can turn dreams into reality. His journey inspires not only admiration for tangible successes, but also an enduring belief in potential within every individual to shape their destiny, embrace challenges, and leave a meaningful legacy for generations to come. What we can learn. Donald Trump's story is a lesson in the power of vision, discipline, and perseverance. Real success does not come from luck alone. It comes from setting clear goals, acting every day, and embracing challenges with courage. Learning English, like any new skill, requires patience, focus, and practice. Every small effort strengthens your mind and builds confidence, just as each decision in life builds character. Mistakes are not failures. They are lessons. Each attempt to improve, whether in language or in life, is a step forward. By studying and reflecting, you develop not only knowledge, but inner strength, resilience, and the confidence to pursue bigger goals. Donald Trump's story shows that ambition, preparation, and courage can create lasting impact. By following his example, you can grow stronger in English, in wisdom, and in life. Keep your goals clear, your spirit strong, and let every new word guide you toward success.